Keep on rocking in the free world.
Keep on rocking in the free world!
Well, look at this. It's right up to my running boards. A little flooding going on here down at the beach in Vancouver. Well, so that's why they call it the wet coast. At least we don't have to shovel this. Well, the sun's out now, so let's have a chat. So, would you buy an electric van? This won't be a surprise to any of my viewers that are overseas in the UK. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Iveco vans. Iveco is kind of a larger version of the Ducato, aka Ram ProMaster. And actually there was a business plan a while ago that Ram was going to bring over the Iveco to North America and make it the next biggest Ram van, even bigger than the ProMaster. But anyways, I don't think that's happening now, but over there they do have an electric version. Yes, an electric full-size van. And I can already see all of the greenies and all of the virtue signalers jumping for joy. Oh yay, I'm gonna buy one. Here's the thing, I wouldn't care if you handed me the keys to a free one. I'd sell it. I have no interest in any electric vehicle. Now don't get me wrong, they have their uses, like for short commutes or people living in cities just going to the grocery store to work, that sort of thing. But to me, the definition of like an RV, a motorhome, is to get off the grid. Whether you're in a city or out in the woods, doesn't matter, get off the grid. Whereas the definition of an electric vehicle is to make sure you're stuck on the grid. It's the complete opposite. Now, those of you that follow my channel for a long time, you know I don't believe in the whole CO2 is evil crap, and I think my carbon footprint is a good thing. Carbon is the basis of all life on Earth, and CO2 is plant food. I mean, I actually passed high school science. But even if you believe it's a boogeyman because of people like Al Gore and the UN hammering it into your head, even if you believe that CO2 is a bad thing, well, the biggest part of the footprint of any vehicle is the manufacturing of it, of the vehicle, of the parts, putting it together, and of course the eventual disposal of it. Not the operation of it. Most of the oil, most of the footprint isn't from driving around, it's from building the damn car. This is why I've always argued that people shouldn't be trading in their cars for new cars, whether it be electric or anything else. They should be keeping their vehicles on the road, maintaining your vehicles, restoring classic cars. You know, cars used to be built to last. Now they're built to be thrown away when their expiry date comes up. And that's because we now live in a disposable culture. And the worst possible thing you could do for the environment is to keep throwing away your vehicle every few years and buying a new one. But today's society, oh, I need something new. It's been 3 years. Like, I don't get it. People used to buy a vehicle for life, or at least for decades. Not for 3 years for a lease or 5 years. I don't get that either, a leasing, because you don't even own it. Like, where's the sense of ownership anymore, the pride of ownership? But I digress. I looked into the Iveco electric full-size van, and right away my brain starts thinking, okay, now you have to worry about where you're going to charge your vehicle all the time. Let's say you go out to the woods and you want to go camping for a month, or Crown Land, or if you're in the States, BLM land. Did you know when you just park a vehicle, this happens to people who own Teslas, if you just park it in your garage and you don't use it, the battery starts draining just from sitting there. Of course, when you're driving them, it drains them even faster. To me, a vehicle should generate electricity when it's running, not drain electricity. So electric vehicles are like total opposite of what I think a vehicle should be. And then, of course, power outages. They happen all the time. God knows when there's windstorms, or a truck drives into a power pole and the whole neighborhood goes black. And all of a sudden, these people with electric cars can't even charge their cars Whereas the guy with the gas or diesel vehicle, it doesn't matter. You can always have spare gas cans. You can always be ready to go. I can go out to the woods, park there for a month, and have a jerry can if I need fuel or if I need to move. And I can use it on my terms, not on the grid's terms, the electrical company, or looking for a plug. And let's say, okay, even if it's in the future and you could charge your RV off solar panels, and you would need, at the moment, you would need an entire second vehicle, like on a trailer, full of solar panels to charge an electric car. They need so much power to charge. It's not like charging your laptop. Even if you could do that, now you still have to make sure that you're parked in sunlight. And you better not have to move your vehicle if it's dead and it's the middle of the night, or if it's raining, or it's the middle of winter, or you're in the woods camping in your RV, because that's what they're built for, and there's no sunlight coming through because there's trees above you. You're now so restricted in so many ways. It's just, that would bug me to no end. Sure, it might cost more to fill up gas tanks, but in the long run, especially if you maintain your vehicle, those electric batteries are extremely expensive. And here's the kicker. I was reading into the specifications of that electric van. You know how I was just mentioning how people like to throw away their cars every few years? The battery is rated to last about 7 years. That's it. Now, it might still work after that, but it won't be as efficient. And eventually you'll have to replace it. You can't rebuild something like that. You have to get rid of that big, heavy, toxic battery. Yes, you can recycle them, but go read up on that too. Recycling uses a hell of a lot of energy and a lot of resources. And in a lot of cases, recycling has a bigger footprint than just throwing something away. Now, that's a fact. Go look it up. Now, to put it in perspective, my grandpa, he's passed away now, rest in peace. He had a Dodge Ram pickup truck, and he kept it running for over 4 decades. And if you ever do need parts, they're widely available everywhere, they're cheap, and you can usually fix it yourself in your garage. Try doing that with all the computers in today's rolling laptop vehicles. It all comes back to the less tech, less problems mentality that I have. Sure, new cars might be really super reliable and efficient for now, until you have software problems or someone hacks into your car. That's happened too. People are now hacking into vehicles. I can fix a wire in my van. I can replace my belt in my van, change my spark plugs. There's all sorts of things you can do on what I call a normal vehicle that you can't do with these rolling computers. And I'm not a fan. And even more so when you've got it controlled completely by computers, such as electric cars. Yes, there's less moving parts, but they're not built to last, and you can't self-maintain them in the same way, and you're now held hostage to the grid. So to me, it's the opposite of this lifestyle. I even saw a picture of a solar-powered Class C RV, literally solar-powered. A lot of people misuse that term. Solar panels are just battery chargers. The RV was built on one of these electric vans with a Class C motorhome body built on the back, and it was completely covered in solar panels all on the sides, the roof, everything. And apparently it was enough to charge this thing. But again, not at night, not in the middle of winter, not if you're in the woods. Whereas I can just grab a jerry can and go. Now, a friend of mine was on Twitter complaining about her Nissan Leaf. She was driving up to Whistler from Vancouver. It's only 2 hours away. The range meter on her dashboard said she could make it there, no problem. Well, she got stuck halfway up a mountain pass. Of course, the range meter didn't take into account the inclines. So what did she do? Open the trunk and grab the gas can and pour it in? No, of course, she can't. What do? Call CAA and they'll come and bring you some gas? Nope, can't do that either. She has to get towed. You are completely f***ed. I don't buy that electric vehicles are quote unquote better for the environment. And in fact, if you're throwing away an old car to buy one of these things, you're harming the environment more than anything. Think about it. Besides, nothing beats a good North American V8 engine. Can't beat that sexy rumble. Let's be honest. I want to put dual exhaust on this thing. Seriously. I'm just incredible. That's my opinion. And I live in this awesome V8 powered van that produces carbon dioxide, which feeds the trees and helps to green the planet. Keep on rocking in the free world.
are watching Just Incredible TV.
Want to see more? Become a patron and see exclusive content. Plus, see new, just incredible videos before anyone on YouTube. Head over to patreon.com/JCredTV and keep on rocking in the free world.